Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing the tutorial on this makeup look, which I totally forgot that I had filmed because I only thought I filmed for my August favorites, but I did record the whole makeup look, but I just did not talk through it, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a voiceover. So now we're going to be doing the eyebrows, and what I'm using is the Anastasia Dip Brow in Ebony. I just start by shading in my natural shape and exaggerating the tail a little bit because I do have shorter eyebrows. Once I'm done doing that, I do go ahead and fill it all in with whatever product is left on the end of the brush. And then once we quickly fill all the little small spots in, which the dip brow does work for me to fill those spots in just because it's so dark. With the lighter dip brow I wasn't really too happy with. So now that we're done with filling it in, we're gonna go ahead and just grab the spoolie, make the whole product look smoother and just into the eyebrow so it all just blends. This is how I blend it out, and then at the very front I blend it into my little fade that I like. So now I'm going to be going in with the MAC Pro Concealer, and I'm going to be concealing under my eyebrow and over. I didn't film the over part because my big old hand was blocking it. So you guys kind of get the point. I just did under the eyebrow and over and just cleaning it up. And then I'm using my foundation brush from Wet Seal. And, or I'm sorry, is it Wet Seal? Wet n Wild. Yeah. Wet Seal. Okay, so Wet n Wild beauty brush, and I just blended out the concealer so it doesn't look too harsh. And you always want to make sure you blend out your concealer. And then here I'm just doing the second eyebrow, and then we're gonna go ahead and get right into doing, what did I do next? Oh, my whole face. Sorry, I was just admiring my eyebrows. Okay, so I forgot to wash my beauty blender, so then I had to go back and pause the video like always. So here I'm just applying the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation, and I'm only adding 2 pumps that I did in the back of my hand onto my face, and you'll see all the full coverage that it gives me. This foundation goes a long way with just 2 pumps. Here I just wanted to show you guys the difference from literally full coverage that this foundation gives you to the other side, which didn't have it on yet. So I should have done this part before the foundation, but I totally forgot. Sorry. So I'm doing, you can always do it after too. I did anyways. I put the Allegro concealer over the foundation on my red areas. So now I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Concealer under my eyes. And I love this concealer. I really want to go get the full size. I just got it as like a sample size or whatever, I guess you could say, for my sister. And I honestly am happy that she made me use it, because at first I did not like it. But now I actually really love it, and I should really go with the full size ASAP. So here I'm just concealing under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, pretty much highlighting. Concealing under my eyes as well because I do have like a darker area under there, but it does brighten it up under there. And I just kind of put the concealer wherever I want to brighten up my face. So now I'm just going to go in with the beauty blender and just press dabbing motions for the concealer to go in your skin and on top and not smear it. So then I use a baby beauty blender for smaller areas like the inside my eyes, on my eyelid. And then I'm going to go in with Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to set the concealer. This is where I just press, where that way if there's any excess powder, I'm just pushing it onto the skin. And then later on I go with a bigger beauty blender and I bake my whole face. So here for the rest of the face, wherever I didn't set with the Laura Mercier, I am going in with my MAC Mineralizing Finish Powder, I believe it's called. I'm not sure, but they have so many. So I'm just pretty much setting my whole face, and making sure that the foundation is set everywhere else and all the concealer parts and not just under my eyes. So now I'm going to go in with my contouring, which is my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. We all know what this looks like. I'm just doing the pretty much my cheekbones, getting my natural shape out, and then I'm going to do the temples on my forehead. And then I skipped the part where I do my chin and my jaw, but I do that all the time. And then I'm gonna go in with my nose. So I thought I'd try one video. I thought I'd do the pore contour. It did work out, like contour wise. It did give me like a good shape once I blended it all out. But I did kind of mess up a little, and I was like frustrated because I couldn't just get the concealer line to just be as clean as I wanted it to be. But at the end, it did end up working out. But I just ended up grabbing my LA Girl concealer and just bringing it down the fork, and then that kind of gave it like the highlight that I wanted. And I go in with the beauty blender and I just blend it all out. And then I go back in with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Then I just set the concealer and pretty much just make sure that it doesn't mess up the nose contour, so I'm just being really careful. And then I grab the bigger beauty blender and do up the bridge of my nose. That way it gives it the effect, and while it's baking, it literally gives it that little highlight that you want on the sides of your nose. Okay, so here we're just going to go ahead and do the baking, which is pretty much just setting under your eye again, and you can use the translucent powder and your baking to clean up your contour. That way, while you're baking, it's just sitting there, and I'm going to be baking while I do my eyes. So that whole time it's just sitting there, and you'll see at the end, once I just brush it off, it gives it like a cleaner glow. And we're going to go ahead and start prepping our eyes with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. And pretty much I like this primer. It does make the color stand out more. Thank God to my sister for introducing me to it, because I never used primer before. Now that I already did one eye, I wanted to see how it came out. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the other one with the Swamp Queen palette. I'm going to be starting with Natural Peaches in the translucent shade. I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out all in my crease from the outer corner to the inner corner. Once I'm done blending in that first shade, I'm going with the second shade, which is Mad Dog. It's a redder, browner tone, just to deepen the crease in the outer corner. And I just go ahead and blend that out as well. I blend all these shades as best as I can because I wanted it to be a very melted brown smoky eye. Here I'm going to go in with the third and final shade for the crease, which is in Sippy Sippy. I'm just going to go ahead and build up the color while I blend it at the same time. And here is the topper for the eye look, which is going to go on the top of the lid. And it's Amaze from ColourPop, a very sparkly pigment that I wish I would have applied with my finger instead of with the brush, because it would have given it a way better look. But this is what I ended up doing. I even sprayed the brush, I think. But here I'm just going to continue and brush off all the excess product from the under eyes, so I can be able to smoke out my bottom lash line. And the way I'm doing that is just pretty much adding the product on there, the color that I want, and I went back in with that brown color, and then I'm just going to smoke it out with the blending brush to give it a smokier, smoother effect. Here I'm happy because I love this look so much. So then I'm just going to go back in with mascara. You guys know how to do mascara, so I'm just going to skip through that. Blah, blah, blah. And then Starbucks break. So now I'm just going to tightline my eyelid, my inner eye and my outer eyelid with this jumbo eyeliner pencil in black that I've been having forever from L'Oreal. I'm just going to go in and start doing my lashes. I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of how I do my lashes because I seriously can't stand footage of me doing my eyelashes, but I know a lot of you still have a hard time. So here I just apply it onto my eyelash, make sure that it's on there right. Then I just start sticking it in the inner corner and that corner. Here I'm just brushing off the rest of the powder that was cleaning up my contour, doing my favorite part, which is highlight. But anyway, so here I'm just highlighting on my cheekbones, on the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, on my chin, giving myself that extra glow. So now we're going to jump into the lips, and for the lips I'm going to be using Hover from MAC Lip Liner. And I'm just showing you guys a little bit of how I overline my lips. I just overline my natural shape, but I don't overline the cupid's bow because that's really where you can tell when you're overlined. I just start shading it in because I do want to give it an ombre effect. So I start shading in the lip liner. That way when I add the liquid lipstick, it just looks like it blends all together. And I'm using NYX Lingerie in Corset. Very nice nude grayish undertone liquid lipstick. So here as I apply the liquid lipstick, it just kind of brings it all together, the ombre effect. And then I'm cleaning it up with my same brush that I used for my around my eyebrows, which is to blend the concealer out because you don't want white around your lips to be noticeable. And I'm setting my whole look with the Mario Badescu setting spray. So yeah, that's pretty much for this look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know a lot of you guys on Instagram and here on YouTube were asking that I showed you guys how to do this look. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Thank God I filmed. So don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.